Hello, my fellow sapient sapphires. As always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, let's get into it. Interesting. I'm not quite sure if this is internal or external yet. I feel like this can go kind of both ways. It can be either a very internal journey, or it could be something very outside of oneself. Maybe I should explain it more like this. It seems like there might be a group who is undergoing the matter portion, while another group of people might be going through the mind, the journey through the mind. And I'm picking up a lot on the mental journey, just because that's kind of what I do. Our first card is Desire. Realizing new pathways of becoming. This can very much be something outside of ourselves, like, well, I don't think I really need to verbalize it much more than that. There's only so many things that we desire, whether they're things that are of the flesh, or things that we just see other people have, or we see them in the store, we see them on a commercial, and we just really want it. And it seems like this is the energy that someone or a group of someone's are presently stuck in. Very much matter over the mind rather than mind over matter. You can see, though, she's doing this kind of intricate dance, and yet she's obscuring something, obscuring some light source. I believe that to be, this one's called 2020 Vision. I don't actually like the way that they word that, but a new earth begins. I always read this as kind of like the Fool card, or any of the aces, really. I believe this card is here more for someone's clarification than anything else. Clarification that they're stuck in the material world, and it's time for them to, wake up. Get back to the actual reality that's not so much around you. But you're being asked to awaken, to stop relying so much on earthly desires, earthly interests, things that are very materialistic, things that are nice on paper but really don't get you anywhere in the long run. So whenever you die, your stuff isn't going to be surrounding your bedside whenever you're sick and ailing. It's the people that care about you. It's the people who your presence has made an impact upon their lives. And so they feel the need, or not even the need, they just want to be there for you in your last days. I really feel like this should be a kind of a natural want for everybody, but that might not be the case. However, it might be a good time to start adopting another way of thinking about material items, about the world of matter. The next card we have, sorry, my fake hair is getting in the way again. The next card we have is Surrender. Let your soul wisdom lead the way. there's a DNA strand in the background. There's actually quite a lot of math and science related things in these cards, but it's very prominent right now. And it might be that if you believe in past lives or anything like that, or even talking about your own now life and the journey that you've taken, it seems like it might feel like these struggles and everything are built into you, and it is in an extent. We are programmed to be in a dream. We are programmed to live in a dream. It's our responsibility to wake ourselves up. The biggest thing, though, that I wanted to point out on this pyramid is the fact that it is a pyramid of enlightenment rather than manifestation. We have the point at the top. The point brings me back to these two light sources. The one where it's initially obscured by desire, where desire frees it and it's shown to you. And then now it's just chilling out at the top of this pyramid. But it's this light up here that's really striking me as the pineal gland, your third eye. Sometimes it's referred to as God consciousness. You can also think of it as the purple chakra, the one right there in the center of your forehead. Obviously the third eye. If you follow this journey, it seems like the reward will be not just what you can conceive the best possible outcome is, but what the universe has as the best possible outcome, which might be way better than anything that you could possibly imagine. Alright, so let's go from our shadow cards and let's get some clarification. Okay. First up, we have Venom. There may have been a lot of negative talk surrounding maybe the more spiritual or woo-woo aspects of life, and perhaps that's why you may have repressed them. And maybe you didn't practice mind over matter, but rather really got into this idea of matter over the mind. Because, I mean, we are stuck in this world. It does seem like a very real reality. We do have very real bills to pay, very real jobs to go to, very real everything. It feels very real, but it seems like someone's waking up to the fact that it's really not all that real. This could have been something very external, where someone made you feel like just absolute crap for believing all this stuff. It could have been very internal, where your own self-talk was keeping you down. Regardless, you're being asked to kind of silence those voices, whether they are outer voices or inner voices. It's what I'm hearing is a little vulgar, but it might be time to tell those voices to shut the fuck up and have your time. Let your time be your time. Don't let anybody steal from you what is rightfully yours. And it seems like you're meant for something more than what you think you are. The second thing might be a crack. Once again, this could be external or internal, but there's a fault line just kind of going throughout your either your way of life, your structures, your way of thinking, your beliefs, and these all need to crack open. And I talk about this a lot, but you have to dissolve the self to be able to put yourself back together, to merge all parts of that. And this is very much kind of just very reminiscent of the idea of cracking oneself open to get to the dark places and really take to heart what the problem could be. Whether it is, like I said, internal or external, it matters not. What matters is that you hop on the train and you start your journey, or you finish your journey for that matter. The next card is the Forest. And this one is really interesting to interpret, since you can interpret it in a plethora of different ways. For me, right now, I'm seeing the idea of being lost in the woods, kind of, not really knowing what direction you're going, just kind of aimlessly wandering about because maybe you don't exactly know how to surrender yourself fully. Maybe there's just still a part of yourself that thinks you're a little delusional for believing in this stuff. I mean, how can this very real, tangible world that we live in, how could it possibly be fake? But, I mean, I think we've all seen enough sci-fi movies to understand that, yeah, it very much could be. As they say in The Matrix, the spoon is not real. This journey may have left you very lost, very in that kind of overthinking mode, kind of maybe even self-sabotaging your own journey a little bit because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in the journey enough to embark on it at that time. Maybe it just wasn't the right time before, and perhaps now it is. But above this forest, we have this absolutely amazing menagerie of colors. We have everything from the root down. We have everything from the root up to the third eye with the purple, the red to purple. We have all of the chakras open. We have surrendered to that thing that you're being asked to surrender to at this time. And it almost feels like whatever it is that you do desire, or that maybe is your goal with this journey, I feel like it's going to really light up that heart space. It's really going to make you happy, and it's a really cool feeling. I wish the best to whomever is going on this journey. Let's see. Okay, really cool. So, elaborating on the shadow work aspect, we have the Two of Pentacles. There's some kind of imbalance within your life right now, whether it's a tangible imbalance or it's a spiritual imbalance, but there's something going on that's really throwing you off and keeping you from embodying that very happy heart space like energy that I'm feeling right now. It seems like you've had a lot of ideas in the past. Maybe you're the type to give up easily. Maybe you're the type who maybe gets excited about something for like 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes after that they're on to the next thing. Trust me, I get that. If that is you, I'm also like that. I'm in 15,000 different places at once. It seems like you're being asked, though, to really go inside and figure out what it is that you really want. What it is that really fills that solar plexus yellow with butterflies. What gives you so much joy that it feels like you're up and down on a roller coaster, or that you have, like I said, the butterflies in your stomach? It seems like this might be one of the things that you need to kind of clear up within yourself, something that's causing this imbalance. Another thing that's causing an imbalance would be the Five of Swords. This is kind of like your win at all costs card. And we see that this guy is so focused on winning that he doesn't realize that his two friends over here are hurt, and it's entirely his fault. He's so focused on his goal, perhaps this goal, whatever goal, but he's so focused on whatever it is that he can't see the people he's hurting. It could go hand in hand with this Venom card. Perhaps the Venom is coming from you. I know none of us like to hear this, but we all say really shit things sometimes, and we all wish we could take them back, but that's not always how life works its way out. Sometimes we don't get to take back the crap that we're for which we are very regretful. Sometimes we kind of just have to understand what it is that caused us to do that thing in the first place, and then move on from it. This could also be an energy that is coming in from like an outside influence to you. So you might be one of the people getting hurt by someone else's swords, which would also bring us back to the Venom card and it being like an external. Someone is just like bashing you down and keeping you and your how do I want to say this? Keeping your body and your mind subjugated. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, and as the last card in this grouping. It seems like you've been trying to grow something for a while. Something that he's wearing green, something that would very much make you happy. That green that I was feeling up here with the Forest card. And this guy also, I just kind of want to point out, he's wearing green and red. So we have the root and we have the heart. I mean, we can all kind of surmise what the heart chakra would be about, but the root chakra is very much kind of focused on those primal desires, those very primal senses that we all have, like eating, sleeping, water, shelter. Those are even things that are housed in the root chakra. They're also at the bottom of Maslow's pyramid, his little hierarchy of enlightenment. I think he calls it something else though. Hierarchy of... It'll come to me in like 2 hours. But this guy's also wearing a lot of that green and red. This makes me think that whatever is going on, there's some red in the imbalance. It seems to have been something that was brought with you from childhood, that you're still dealing with, that you're still working through. And it's causing you to make a bunch of different errors just because you want to feel that happiness so bad. The Page of Pentacles, though, is really talking to me about someone having wanted, or that wants to plant firm foundations into the ground for themselves, for their family, foundations that can actually last and can be very, just happy. It seems like someone's really tried to plant roots, but has been kind of blocked a number of times when trying to do this. And this has caused that fault line. And this whole feeling trapped, feeling lost in the forest. Lastly, we have the swiftest of all the horses, although he does wear out pretty quickly, the Knight of Swords. This is telling me, especially with the red, that whatever it is that's holding you back, you're going to recognize it pretty soon, and you're going to actually take those active steps that you need to do to start that new life, that new beginning. And the thing that you really have to do is just realize that you must surrender. You must surrender to get out of this forest, to find your way through the maze. Let's see. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. This is a merging of the self. I don't feel like this is an external thing at all in this reading. It feels very much like someone is realizing exactly what steps they need to take for that new emotional beginning. You're beginning to realize the strength of the lion that you need to have, the wisdom of the snakes, the merging of the self, of the dark and light aspects. And once again, like I said, this always reminds me of that splitting, and then we have a card that's literally talking about merging back together. I love it. We have the Eye of God coming up first. And notice how she is dancing, just kind of rocking out like the girl in the Desire card. Except instead of blocking the light, in this card she's blocking a void. She's allowing the rest of the iris to see. Is that the iris? First up, we have the Eye of God. And this one's definitely bringing me back to the girl in the Desire card, just like rocking it out, freestyle. Except instead of blocking the light, she's blocking the void. She's just kind of half formed and doing her thing and loving every second of it, which brings me to the idea of fun. I feel like someone is missing fun from their life. Maybe you're a dancer, maybe you're an artist of some kind, maybe this is about creativity, but getting into touch or back into touch with your creative side It definitely gets you, I guess you could say, one step closer to God in that respect. There are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to the idea of meditation. A lot of people think you just have to sit down on a mat or something, be cross-legged and be like, but that's not the case. I have to do physical therapy, and a lot of the times I will meditate while I do my physical therapy. I will meditate during creative tasks. If I'm in that zone, then I'm technically not in this plane of reality. I have left the building. If someone wants to get hold of me, they kind of have to shake me up or shake me awake. I'll get to this card in a second, but yeah, the eye imagery in this one, you're being asked to wake up. My father and I are one. You might pay very close attention to the lunar cycles right now. We also have this reflective imagery talking about the merging of, I really feel like this is the kind of as above, so below. Not just the light and dark aspects of self, but the understanding that we have the realm of the material in the realm of the mind. They're not the same thing. There's this differentiating point here, and it seems like you're being offered a hand to come on through. See what it's like on the other side. Going back to the seeing thing. Arbiters of reality. We are the arbiter of our own reality. Whether or not you want to believe it, because maybe your reality kind of sucks right now. Trust me, I get it. But these are things that we can change in our lives by just simply changing a few ideas that we have about ourselves, about our situations, about reality as a whole. This is about waking up. We have Saturn in the background. Saturn is very much associated with those structures that keep you trapped. And I love the fact that there are 3 eyes and 3 pyramids. Each eye is almost like an ocean. To be honest, I could kind of stare in there all day. But it's saying that those structures, there's the Saturn, I almost lost it. Those structures need to come tearing down, and we know exactly how to do it by manifesting what we want. All you do is take 90 days to just think positively, and not just say positive things like affirmations in the mirror, but truly think it. And before a negative comment even comes out of your mouth, it's good to realize what you're doing, stop yourself, be like, oh, hold up, I cancel this, I revoke whatever I'm saying to the universe, and I wish to say blank instead. Like, maybe, for instance, you're talking about how you can't do something, but in reality, you can. It's just all those worries and stuff that you might have, all the stressors and things that we call life. But you can do it. If you take the moment to stop yourself from thinking that and be like, nope, actually, I can do this. It'll be a piece of cake. You are going to find that it gets done in no time. This has been proved over and over again. They usually label it as procrastination, but call it what you want. It's really just taking charge of your own reality through what you think. You're not doing any more than just canceling out a negative thought and rewriting it for the universe. And if you still put in that hard work, the universe is still going to see that hard work. That doesn't go away. it's that thought, those pervasive thoughts that keep us trapped in this energy of just sheer desire, matter over the mind, and not getting anywhere with our ascent. But what I was saying with the threes before on this card, the 3 eyes and the 3 pyramids, definitely be on the lookout for synchronicities. Synchronicities are kind of like, I'm going to take this back to the Matrix movie. They're kind of like a deja vu, in that it's a glitch. If you are seeing them over and over and over and over again, that is a pattern that's not likely to happen. You are beginning to glitch your own matrix. You're beginning to be the arbiter of your own fate, your own reality. And these are things to really pay attention for whenever you are going through this journey. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you for watching this long, and I truly hope this helps someone. If you've stayed until the end, if you wouldn't mind giving a girl a like and a boop on that subscribe button, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye.